Hey everybody, welcome back to Lynn's Corner. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I had a thought this week and I really wanted to emphasize this thought. And the thought that I had was about communication. And I was saying to myself, if we do not as couples have good communication, how can we expect our relationship to be successful? I do realize that communication is definitely something that has to be worked on daily, and it's not like we are born with the skill to communicate, although some people were definitely, when they were young, were more encouraged to communicate more. For example, let's say your mother was the type of mother to always ask you, how are you feeling today? What are you doing today? You know, things like that helped you to motivate yourself to definitely have better communication skills. But a lot of times growing up in the West Indies, the Caribbean specifically, I'm Antiguan, you are not taught to communicate well. So that is definitely a skill that you have to definitely, improve on and work on as the years go by. You have to learn to basically have tactics and skills to communicate well. So this trickles down into our relationships, not just our romantic relationships, but our relationships in general. Learning to communicate well. If you cannot communicate well, and basically communication, I'm going to give it a very basic definition. Communication is basically you letting your feelings be known to the partner. I would say feelings and everything that has to do with that, just specifically because I feel like in relationships, we are always communicating. We communicate with our body language, though that is not always a clear indication of what is trying to be said or what needs to be interpreted. So we have to learn to open our mouths and not just communicate, but communicate in a way that is respectful. Because a lot of times we're upset, but we don't know how to convey that we're upset. We're yelling, we're giving attitude, we don't know how to calm down, we don't know how to use the right words. And when we're upset, sometimes we're even using words that are definitely going to upset our partner. But communication has to do with effectively letting be known how you feel about a specific topic. For example, let's say we're talking about our finances. How do I feel? I feel like we should spend $2,000 a month. You feel like we should spend $2,500. I will say, you know what, babe, I feel like this extra $500 that you want to save should go towards this. But it's basically you just conveying, I feel like this is what our budget should be. And there's no problem with you communicating. Communication is going to build your relationship or it's going to break it. Your partner is not a mind reader. They cannot read your mind. And you cannot expect them, just because you guys been together for 10 years, for them to be able to know how you feel about something unless you convey it. Another method that I think is good is also text messaging. Sometimes we don't always know how to say things with our mouth, but text messaging can be another form of communication that can help convey a message. And why I say that is because sometimes when you're in the heat of a moment, you're upset. Rather than you saying something that you're going to regret, you can text it. And in texting it, you're definitely thinking about what you're saying more and trying to basically broaden what you're trying to say using different vocabulary to help you to convey the message that you would like to say to your partner. So communication, I would say, is the number one tool in a relationship. That is the success of a relationship. Communication. Please communicate with your partner. Please do the work. I know it is not easy, but if you learn to communicate, you will see the success of your relationship, because communication is the key to success. Thank you so much for watching Lynn's Corner. If you have not subscribed, please join the party and subscribe to Lynn's Corner. Have a wonderful, blessed day.